Hi everyone, so today's Throwback Thursday video is going to be sweet dough. And it comes from my mother's old beaten up cookbook. It's called The Cookbook America Jewish Cookbook. I love this book. Alright, so what it's gonna, I'll have the whole recipe, a picture of it at the end of the video. So I had to kind of pre-do stuff before because it took a minute. You know, you have to scald milk. 1 cup of milk, so you just heat it up, and then into the milk I put in, after I shut it off, I stuck in the milk, the butter, and the sugar, and the salt, and then I let it get to room temperature. I've got 4 cups of shifted flour. I've got 2 eggs well beaten, 2 cakes of yeast, which equals 2 regular yeast, 2 1/4 teaspoons per pack, and this calls for 2 cake packs. So I got that bubbling over here in the 1/4 of a cup of hot, warm water, you know. And then I've got my lemon peel. So we got all that going. Now we're going to cool to lukewarm temperature, which we did the mixing part. Add flour. Make a thick batter. Okay, so we're going to add this to the flour. And at first, I'm just going to use this, the bread mixer. Amish bread dough, I believe, mixer. I don't know what it's called, but I love it. So I'm going to add all this in here, and then my 4 cups of flour. And that's a Teflon pan that I used. And that is a 2-quart pan. Yeah, I know, I almost got my recipe. Alright. I know it says to add that in later, but I'm going to add that lemon peel in now because I want it good and worked in there. That's fresh. The peel of 1 fresh lemon. Yeah, we're going to need that extra cup. So what I did was I shifted out 5 cups of flour. And then from the shifted flour, I kept a cup, I reserved a cup of flour. Alright. So now my batter is lumpy. See, I'm just going to be kneading this just until I can knead it with the KitchenAid. Let me drop you down just a little bit more. Oh, so you can see what I'm doing a little better. You don't need to see me. Okay, so now I got it there. Add flour to make a thick batter. Add yeast, eggs, and lemon rind. Okay. Eggs, I'm going to add the 2 eggs. I want to get all that egg yolk out of there. Yeast, and I've already just added the lemon rind. You gotta let the yeast get good and bubbly. It's just a good tip. Alright. Now, beat well enough and then add flour to make a stiff dough. Alright. Now I'm back. So now we're definitely going to need this flour. So I'm going to add half of the cup in first. Put that on. And I'm putting my kitchen dough hook in there, KitchenAid dough hook. And with my sweet dough that I'm making, I want to make cinnamon rolls out of it. So as you can see, I might not need that much flour. You want it to form a ball away from the ball. I had to add it all. Now I'm not going to add any more flour because I don't want my dough tough. But if it was a hot day, it's going to take less flour. Rainy day, blah, blah, blah. See what I mean? See what I mean by how it's pulling away? I could add just a little bit more flour to that mix. Okay, that's how we want it right there. See how I had to scrape the bowl because this KitchenAid kind of sucks when it comes to that. You got to always scrape the bowl. Then I kind of put everything on the top, put it on high, and been running it for a couple minutes because I want all that dough worked into it, and now it's not so sticky, and that's perfect. So I'm going to let it knead for a little bit longer. Then I will put a little bit of oil in the bottom and rinse it, flip this around, and put the lid on it and let it set until risen. All right, the sweet dough is risen, half its size. So before I break it down and cut it in half, in my bowl I've got a half a cup of brown sugar, firmly packed. And in here I have nutmeg that I done up, fresh nutmeg, cardamom, cinnamon, ground nutmeg, and a little bit of clover. In here, I'll drop that in there. I'm going to mix it up really good, and that gives us a really good, rich flavor. And then in the microwave, I'm softening up 1 stick of butter, real butter, salted. You can use either or. But you want to mix this up really good. And I'm telling you, it'll give it a wonderful taste. And it was like an eighth of a teaspoon of the nutmeg, the cloves, and the cardamom, and then 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Alright, let me grab a spatula. Alright, so I'm going to set this aside. Right there in that bowl, looks good to me. Grab that butter out of the fridge. Yep, that's softened enough. Alright, on here, I am going to throw, I have my roller all ready. I'm just going to put lightly floured surface. I'm going to take this out. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Nice. Set it on there. Knead it out for just a second. Flatten it down. And I'm going to cut it in half. And put that aside because my husband likes his with just the cinnamon and the sugar. So that's why I did that. And then the other one, I'm going to add goodies to it. So let's get this rolled out. Oops, where'd it go? My oven's preset, 375. Want that to warm up. Now normally I would take this and mix it in together so I have a paste and put on there. But with this batch I'm not going to do that. Like I said, this one's just going to be a plain cinnamon roll type thing. Sure what I've got in there. Just going to rub the butter on it. All the way to the end. My brown sugar mixture. smells good. Good. Turn it, and I'm going to roll it in this way because that's the smaller side. And you can push it down if you want. I'm going to. In there. I was going to wipe off my hands, but I don't want all that on my dough, the top part. Alright. I'm going to do a tight roll. Kind of stretch it out as I go. And then pinch it. I like the roll in it, but okay. How did I do that? For a cinnamon roll, you just cut them like that. And you slice it down the middle. This is the way I wanted to do it. Go up to the top. You flip it out. You keep that top there. And then you flip it this way. You want the sugars to stay out. That way. Pull on it. That way. Flip it there. And I pinch the edges together and twist that. Alright, be right back. Okay, I got this little pan here. Grate it well. I'm going to kind of roll this into a ball like that. Stick it in the middle. Tuck that under a little. Alright. Then we're going to let it rise and see how it looks. For this one, I'm going to add the butter in with the mix. Stir that in, mix that well. Okay, got it open. Add a little bit of brown black and dark corn syrup. I'm going to take a fork and blend this, and we'll be back when I'm done. Okay, I got this one rolled out. We're going to take our mixture that we just made up. I'm going to add this right here on here. Alright, now that that's on there, we're going to add some toppings. I got some golden raisins. Put whatever topping you want on it. I got some banana. Dehydrated banana, and it's wonderful. Okay, so I took the bananas, and I had to break them up in a baggie because they were not ready for my Power Shaft. I actually found something that I could not chop up in my Power Shaft. And this is going to help absorb some of the liquidy of the sugar. Believe it or not. And I got some of these apples, freeze-dried apples. Those in there. Kind of made apple powder. Put some of that freeze-dried mix in there. Alright. Now some of this granola mix. I'm going to take the rest of the granola mix and put it on the bottom of the pan. Then I'm going to put the rolls in. Coat it like that. Alright. Push it down. Push it right into it. It ain't gonna hurt that dough, not one bit. It up. lift it up and roll. Beautiful. Lift it up and roll. Like that. Push up that middle just a little. Layer it in there. Hold on to it. Separate it. Push up your middle just a little. If you seem to cut on the counter. Separate a little. Push up on that middle. Stick it right there. Separate it out. Push up the middle. See? One more can go in that middle. Good. Alright, once that's risen, I'm going to cut up the rest here. Once they have rose, I'll bake them. I'll be back. Actually, I'll be back once they rise. Okay, so I just got done putting, they say to top it with milk. I used my hazelnut coffee creamer and in a bowl, and I just used my brush and I brushed it on. So now they're ready to go in the oven. They've risen enough, and into the oven they will go. We'll be back. Okay, got it out of the oven. I'm going to check and see. They look done to me. They're not doughy. Perfect. I'm going to top these with coconut pecan frosting. Just spread a little bit on the top while they're hot. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. And the other batch is got the butter with some powdered sugar on it. And then the one with just the plain cinnamon in it will just have butter topped. I might put some white frosting on that. I think I will. That's going to melt and be wonderful. Look how nice that is. And you don't need a whole lot. Just enough to make it gooey and ooier. And then when you don't use all this, put this in the fridge, guys. Take some of your crumbles from on the top. Alright. That's how it's done. Just like that. It's hot. That's the bottom. With all those goodies on it. Put that on the top. So thank you for watching my Throwback Thursday video. If there's something you want me to make, let me know. And I will try to make it. Big hugs from my pantry to yours. Have a great day. Bye.